McGraw, live in the morning on KTRS.
8:54 here, Big 550 KTRS. We're short on time. I'd like to welcome back to the studio Jennifer Schmid, co-owner of Savor St. Louis Food Tours. Jennifer, thanks for coming in.
You bet. Thank you.
What is, tell us about Savor St. Louis Food Tours.
All right. Savor St. Louis Food Tours are walking tours of two of our neighborhoods here in St. Louis. We focus on the Central West End and the Del Mar Loop. We're soon to open one in downtown St. Louis. And what we do is walk around these neighborhoods. We talk about history, architecture, culture, and food. Mm-hmm. And while we're doing this walking tour, we stop at about 5 restaurants that have been curated and pre-chosen and serve a tasting of one of their specialties.
So you get a little local flavor along with a little local flavor.
You bet you do. Our tour guides are really experienced in understanding the local lore, we like to say, so people really get the inside scoop of what these neighborhoods and what St. Louis has to offer.
Yeah.
How long are the tours?
Tours last about 3 hours.
It's a 3-hour tour.
It's a 3-hour tour.
And it's walking?
Yeah. It is walking.
Is it a mile, 2 miles, 10 miles?
It's between 1 and 2 miles, depending on the neighborhood.
Right.
And people seem to really want to keep up. We tell them to wear comfy shoes and come hungry.
Mm-hmm. And how many people on each tour?
We take about 12 to 15 on our regular tours, and then we also do private tours that have gone up to 25 and as high as 50.
Are they pre-scheduled or are they scheduled? How does that work?
They're scheduled on Fridays and Saturdays right now, and they run from 11 till about 2. And for the private tours, we can do that by appointment.
So Central West End and the Del Mar Loop?
Correct.
And starting on the city. So how much history is in the Central West End?
Well, that was a really easy script to write, I got to tell you. There's a number of things with the Forest Park, World's Fair, and then all of the very, very wealthy and affluent folks lived in the Central West End at the turn of the century. That's what really brought that, that neighborhood to be. So there's so much to talk about when we do walk around the neighborhoods. We also walk by Bowood Farms. That's one of our only urban farms here in the city. So we definitely like to show that off, as well as all the wonderful restaurants that have been there as, institutions for years and years.
I bet I'm sorry, Kelly. I bet you people who think they know everything about St. Louis learn quite a bit on this.
Well, on our tours, we have 2 goals, and one is to serve a very satisfying progressive lunch to our guests, and another is to teach them something about St. Louis that they might not have already known.
And so when it comes to food, do you do like the restaurants, do you do the tried and true restaurants or the newer ones or a mix of both?
Actually, we've really taken time to pick the restaurants we want to partner with, and we want to be their most loyal customers. So we pretty much stick with the itinerary of those restaurants, and then we work with the chefs and or owners to determine what tastings to offer. We offer regular tastings for meat eaters, so to speak. We also have vegetarian and vegan offerings.
Sounds like a great time. The website and how much is each tour?
The tours are $52 per person, and our website, savorstlouis.com.
Savorstlouis.com. Tours are starting up again this
Friday.
And you've been doing it how long? 5 years?
Yep.
5 years.
You can walk off all your food because you're walking all
the idea.
I would be. I'd be a. You know what I'd be? I'd be a Shark Tank person on this one. You should go to Shark Tank. Get your $1 million from Mr. Wonderful.
Not a bad idea.
All right, the website one more time, Jennifer.
SavorStLouis.com.
SavorStLouis.com. 3 tours. One in the Central West End, Del Mar Loop, and now downtown.
Opening downtown this summer.
Thanks for coming in. 8:58, Big 550, KTRS.